This is Financial Straight Talk with Jim Fox.
And it's Financial Straight Talk, the podcast. We are glad that you have chosen to take this content on demand, whether you're downloading on one of the apps, whether you're streaming it. We're just appreciative. My name is Jerry Payne, and every week we like to do a podcast with the Financial Straight Talker himself, the chief engineer of the Wheelbarrow of Wisdom, an independent advisor here in Melbourne, Florida. Jim Fox, how you doing, sir?
Hey, man, so they're downloading us from the WWWs, huh?
Something
Is that what
like
they're doing?
that. I don't know. The gremlins of the internet deliver it every single week. And Jim, you know, one thing that we always talk about on this show is how much we love our teachers.
Love them.
And they are just such special people. A lot of them go back and become tutors once they retire because it takes a special kind of person.
Yeah, we're being really nice. Some of y'all are crazy. That's what we want to say. Some of y'all are just teaching for 50 years. Rock on, because you need a stiff drink, okay?
Well, that's what I was going to say is it takes a special kind of person, very patient during the day. But if you catch a group of teachers out on vacation or on the weekends, man.
Party Central, man.
That's
yes.
Right. And some of these teachers might be going to see another group of teachers who have decided to go out on tour. The Bored Teachers Comedy Tour is selling out across the nation. It's a comedy show, just like Blue Collar Comedy Tour or the original Kings of Comedy. One of them is Mark Schumacher.
I would always stress out when I get observed by my principal. Anytime you get observed by your boss, it's stressful. I started bribing my students. I told them, hey, you guys make me look good when the principal's in the room, pizza party. Here's what we're going to do. Anytime the principal's in the room and I ask you guys a question, you're all going to raise your hand. You raise your right hand if you know the answer. Your left hand if you don't. Guys, can you say Teacher of the Year?
Yes.
That's pretty good by him. Pretty clever. But Jim, you know, I think too about people who come in to see you. I mean, we've all been there when you have to have a meeting with someone and you feel vulnerable talking about your details, and it can sometimes be intimidating if you're not really sure what questions to ask, especially for retirement, because if you're going into retirement, you've been working your whole life. You haven't done this thing before. What's your approach when someone comes in and you kind of get the feeling like, they're really, they may have some stress about this?
You know, look, I get it. You come through the door. I know how you feel, because I'll share a quick experience with you. I will never forget. My parents needed to buy a car. It was going to be a Ford Taurus. I'll never forget. And we had to go to the local bank, not our credit union, the bank in town. Mm-hmm. And I remember, I don't know, I maybe I was 11 at the time. And I remember we were sitting in the waiting room, and you could see my mom and dad were a little apprehensive, right? And then all of us went into this this little office with this big desk. And I remember it felt like the loan officer was sitting like on a throne above us, looking down, right? And I just remember my mom and dad, what in my 11-year-old mind felt like begging for them to say they can have money to go buy a car, right? Mm-hmm. And I just remember that tension. And I know a lot of you guys think I'm full of it right now. I'm telling you, I remember this. And when you walk through the doors to Wadley Financial Group, you should almost immediately identify what I've done. It doesn't feel like you're in an office. It feels like you're in a living room, Jerry.
It does.
Right? The design of what we have done, and just listen, it isn't because I'm some great psychological, figure out how to do the demographic. No, none of that stuff. I'm a redneck from Florida, okay? And I want to have a place that I'm comfortable in too. So half the time you come in, I might be in jeans and cowboy boots. You just never know with me, right? But I get it. It is a hard thing to open up what I like to call your dirty laundry to a stranger. I get that. First and foremost, there is no judgment here. I grew up with a mom and dad that busted their butt and had nothing in return for it. Now, they had great morals, they had great ethics, they were great Christians, everything about them, but they did not have wealth, at least not monetarily. They had wealth spiritually, and they were great people. And so when I built Wadley Financial Group and we spun the idea, Jerry, you and I, because you and I created this show, Financial Straight Talk, This is the no nonsense place. So when you come in the door here, there is no big fancy words. One of the reasons why is I can't pronounce most of them. Okay. That's the God's honest truth. But I want you to understand that when you come in here, this is no nonsense. This is financial straight talk is what we do, because I want you to know that for a lot of you, for the first time in your life, you have somebody that is sitting on the other side of that desk, or in our world, a conference table, that isn't trying to sell you a bunch of stuff just to make money. Every person we sit down with, regardless of if you have $50,000 or $50 million, gets the same version of us. Every single person. Why? Because you deserve it. Because my mom and dad didn't have somebody sitting down and helping them. My mom and dad sat at that bank with that loan officer begging to buy a Taurus. But you know who did knock on our door? The Kirby vacuum cleaner guy.
Yep.
He knocked on the door. The water softener guy knocked on the door.
Yep.
Guess who else knocked on the door? The insurance guy to collect her premiums every single month for as long as I could remember. But when my mom and dad died, paid out less than $5,000 in death claims to my parents. They made it a point to come in, but that's why I do what I do. See, there's nothing magical that I could say on the air right now to make you feel any better about coming through the door. Some technical, we use very simple software that'll, no, none of that crap matters. And here's the reason why. I need you to know that I am you. Nobody has fed me with a silver spoon. I have made the same mistakes most of you have made. Be quite honest with you, between Jerry and I'm pretty sure we got a whole lot more mistakes that we've made that you've never even thought of. So come in, we might learn some new mistakes, right? But the point that I'm trying to make is this. I get it. I get it. I spend my life. I've been doing this 26 years. I've been around financial weenies, and I love some of these guys. They're the nicest people, and I'm just so blessed to know some of these finance guys. And then there's other ones. And guess what? You can, I'm not saying all of them, but they got the supercars and they got the big houses and they brag about how much stuff they sold. Listen, you want to buy stuff? Go see somebody else. You want to feel like, you're on Wall Street? Go see somebody else. I don't have time for that nonsense myself. But if you want someone who's going to sit down with you, treat you like a human being, regardless of how much money you have, answer your questions, give you and I'm not telling you what I'm telling you, right? I'm telling you what I say to you is what I believe. There's a big difference between the two. I'm going to walk you through what makes sense for us. To me, this is a mathematical problem that we're going to fix with some psychological issues along the way, right? Dealing with how you think about money. But in the end, it is your money. And just this past week, we've had 2 people that have said, Jim, we've decided to stay where we're at. Now, I'm pretty blown away by that statement, but you ready for Jim's amazing sales kind of pitch to get them to come back in? Well, Jerry, appreciate you giving me the time, man. If anything ever changes, give me a call. Wish you the best of luck. I'll be praying for you. There it is. There it is. You know why? Because there ain't enough time on the clock for me to go and chase people down. My job is simply this. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to give you guys the information. I want to work with you. I want to answer your questions. And I believe by me putting that energy forward, it's going to come back. And I'm going to be, it's not that I'm going to be blessed. Rule. I am blessed. I am blessed, not financially. I am blessed spiritually. I am blessed to be a member of this community, and I don't have to run the other way in Publix when one of my clients is walking down the aisles like some people do. What I want you guys to know is what we do is real. We take it seriously, and you will feel that from the moment you walk through this store to the moment you walk out, regardless of if you're a client or not. And I always ask one thing, regardless of how you feel, as long as we're men and women of our word, please do me a favor. If you decide not to work with us, please tell somebody about us. Please tell us about the experience you had here, because we have made it a point to make Wadali Financial Group different than any other financial firm. I dare to say in the state of Florida, but I'll keep it central. It's easy. Central Florida. That's my goal. Guys, give us an opportunity. Give us a call. Pick up the phone. Call my team. Come in and see that Wadali difference. I know you're cautious. I know you're a little worried. Some of you guys are embarrassed. Some of y'all think you know more than you do. I love seeing those people too. My point is, give us an opportunity. Go to the show notes. Click on the link. There's going to be a form there, guys. Fill it out. One of my teammates are going to give you a call. Now, if you're like me, you're not going to do any of that. Instead, go to getfst.com. Scroll down, same form is there. Make sure that you fill it out. Someone from my team is going to reach out to you and give you an opportunity to come into the office and meet with us one-on-one.
The Financial Straight Talk hitting hard today on the podcast. So click on that link in the show notes or just go over to getfst.com, getfst.com. That's how you can schedule some time with Jim and his team. Jim, that's all the time that we've got for today. I will give you the last word.
Thanks so much, Jerry. Well, guys, every week, Jerry and I are so blessed to be able to do this for you guys. So if there's any questions that you have, please don't hesitate. Go to the website, fill out the form. We're here to answer the questions you may have. But on behalf of myself and the rock doctor himself, Mr. Jerry Payne, I want to thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time on the Financial Straight Talk.
Thanks for listening to Financial Straight Talk with Jim Fox. To learn more, visit getfst.com.
Insurance products are offered through the insurance business Wadadley Financial Group. Wadadley Financial Group is also an investment advisory practice that offers products and services through Impact Partnership Wealth LLC IPW, a registered investment advisor. IPW does not offer insurance products. The insurance products offered by Wadadley Financial Group are not subject to investment advisor requirements. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal. Any references to protection, safety, or lifetime income generally refer to fixed insurance products, never securities or investments. Insurance guarantees are backed by the financial strength and claims paying abilities of the issuing carrier. This show is intended for informational purposes only. It is not intended to be used as the sole basis for financial decisions, nor should it be construed as advice designed to meet the particular needs of an individual's situation. Wadadley Financial Group is not permitted to offer, and no statement made during this show shall constitute tax or legal advice. Our firm is not affiliated with or endorsed by the U.S. government or any government agency. The information and opinions contained herein provided by third parties have been obtained from sources believed to be reliable, but accuracy and completeness cannot be guaranteed by Wadadley Financial Group.